The first whisper wasn't a sound at all. It was a breath against your name, spoken from a place with no mouth. Edinburgh, 1998. Above ground, rain slicked the cobblestones into mirrors. Tourists huddled under umbrellas, laughing at ghost stories they didn't believe. But below the Royal Mile, past a locked iron gate and a narrow stairwell that smelled of damp stone and old soot, the city kept a different kind of memory. A young tour guide named Callum led the late group down anyway. 8 strangers, a flickering lantern and a practiced smile. These tunnels had held everything once. Hidden taverns, stolen goods, plague-time prayers. Tonight they held only echoes. At first it was the usual. Drips, footsteps, the soft scrape of jackets brushing walls. Callum pointed out a low arch, a collapsed passage, the black stain of an old fireplace. Then he stopped, because someone behind him had whispered, "Don't." He turned fast, lantern swinging, light shaking across faces. Nobody looked guilty. Nobody laughed. A woman near the back lifted her hands like she was surrendering. That wasn't me. Callum tried to reset the mood. Joke, breathe, keep moving. But the tunnel didn't give the tension back. It kept it, like a hand closing around a candle flame. They reached a chamber where the ceiling dipped and the air turned strangely cold, as if the stone had been holding winter for centuries. That's when the whispers multiplied, soft, overlapping threads of speech that never rose into a clear sentence. Dozens of people, years later, would describe it the same way. Not voices in your ears, voices in the space between you and the wall. Close enough to feel, too far to touch. "Did you hear that?" someone asked. Before Callum could answer, the lantern sputtered. In that brief dimming, the sound sharpened. One line, unmistakable, spoken with urgency. "Leave one behind." Silence slammed down after it. The kind of silence that makes you notice your heartbeat and wonder if it's loud enough to be heard by something else. Panic didn't arrive as screaming. It arrived as logic turning slippery. A man checked his phone, no signal. A woman hit heads twice, like counting could keep them safe. Callum's throat went dry. He'd heard stories, sure. But stories weren't supposed to say your name. Because the next whisper did. "Callum." His lantern steadied, and in its weak circle of light he saw it. A thin line of dust drifting downward from the ceiling, as if something had shifted in the dark above them. The tunnel wasn't just old. It was listening. Callum did the only thing that felt real. He spoke into the chamber, not to entertain, but to anchor. "We're leaving. Together." He backed up, keeping the group tight, one hand out to the wall. The whispers followed like trailing cloth, faint, pleading, then angry. At the stairwell, the air warmed by a single degree, enough to feel like mercy. They climbed fast, boots slipping, lungs burning. And when the iron gate clanged shut behind them, the street noise rushed in. Cars, rain, laughter. So normal it almost hurt. Callum never guided tours again. But he told one friend the part that still woke him at night. The whispers didn't sound ancient. They sounded immediate. Like someone trapped down there wasn't from the past at all, but from a moment that hadn't happened yet. If you felt that chill crawl up your spine, tap like, share this with a friend who loves mysteries, subscribe for more true-feeling tales, and comment what you think those tunnels were really saying.